wrath of the Most High that's coming down. He's going to fulfill prophecy. They could be under the wings of the Most High through their men. But a righteous man. Some women, they're going to follow suit with whoever they're with. Hopefully they're going to help you lead you during the time of the most intense of Jacob's trouble, like it's never been before, as it is written. See, the Most High brought this upon us because we didn't want to follow him. Go to Luke. Luke the 12th chapter. Look at Luke 12 and 47. And that servant which knew his master's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. I'll read it again. And that servant which knew his master's will, all you that's hearing the truth, supposed to call yourself being in the truth, you know what it is that's been told to you, what you heard from these scriptures. You know the Most High's will. You know Amashek Yahushua's will. And prepared not himself. You ain't preparing yourself by studying to show yourself approved to the Most High. You already know it. You better know enough to be able to make it to the kingdom. You got to do what you got to do to make it, according to the righteous judgment of the Most High and Amashek Yahushua. And that servant, which are the children of Israel, which knew his master's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, you ain't do what he say do, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not, and did commit things worthy of stripes, they ain't know. Yo, you want to point the finger and look down on somebody because you know a little bit of something, till your knowledge puffers up. This is what my Sheikh Shai said. But he that knew not, he wasn't given the opportunity to be, his eyes to be open to this truth, and did commit things worthy of stripes, shall be beaten with few stripes. You know, I'll be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, is a lot given, whether you take it in or not. In these last days, that's on you. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. Better believe it. So, you make the choice. Give you another example. Go to Luke 13 and 6. He spake also this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereon, and found none. So we have a fig tree. He came to seek out fruit. The figs on the fig tree, he didn't find any. Then said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down. Why cometh it to the ground? Don't even, dress it anymore. And he answering said unto him, Master, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig about it and dung it, put fertilizer around it. And if it bear fruit, well, If it not, then after that thou shalt cut it down. And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. So he said, hey, you understand this. If it bear fruit, say 3 years. Some of you been in 3 years or longer. That's why he said, ain't bear no fruit, ain't brought no, ain't doing what it's supposed to do, cut it down. Get rid of it. He said, no, give him another chance. That's another opportunity. Like some of you might have an opportunity now. You know somebody's in and out or whatever, they're not really doing what they're supposed to do. He said, hey. Yeah, with Mashiach Shai said, hey. He said, cut it down. And find none, cut it down. You don't have no work, say, cut it down. But he said, hey, no. Let me dig around it and dung it. Put that fertilizer, which is, dung, around it. And if it bear fruit, well. And if not, then after that thou shalt cut it down. So you ain't bearing no fruit. You're going to be cut down. So the ultimate is here. Revelation 20th chapter. And 11. And I saw a great white throne. That's righteous, powers and authority. And him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away. I'm trying to run away from the judgments of Mashiach Yahushua to the glory of the Most High. And there was found no place for them. There ain't no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open. And another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. See? So that's why you read 2 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 10, and look, let's give you First Corinthians 10 and 5. It says, but with many of them the Most High was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness, we the Israelites. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. Neither be the idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. What they do, they made that calf. All these things are written in the book of the books of the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb's book of life, and you have the books that's going to be open. It's all written there. Scribing all of this. It says, people sat down to eat and rose up to play in whoredom against the Most High. Spiritual adultery against the Most High. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000. Neither let us tempt Mashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. Killed them by flying serpents. Poisonous snakes bit them and ate them. That's where they got that symbol for the doctrine. Moses had to put one serpent on the pole. The doctors put two on the pole. Always following suit of what we've done as the Israelites. Verse 10, neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. See? All that's put in the books. When the books are open, all that's put in the books. Including whatever we're doing in our life now. Now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonition. unto whom the ends of the world are come. That's us. See, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth, you think you standing, take heed lest he fall. Believe this. That's why we got to really look at this, what it's worth, and follow suit, because 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach, that every one may receive the things done in his body, according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. Knowing therefore the terror of a Mashiach, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and our trusts also are made manifest in your consciences, the way you thinking. See, going back to Revelation 20. Verse 12 says, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works, which you have done in these mortal bodies. Judged by who? Mashiach Yahushai. Judging according to the judgment of the Most High. And the sea gave up the sea, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it. And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. Death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. See, that's why it tells you, go to the last book of Ecclesiastes, 12 and 12. Ecclesiastes 12, let's look at 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High. Be afraid of the Most High. Be scared of the Most High. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. The whole duty of man is to keep the commandments of the Most High. For the Most High, for Mashiach Yahushai, shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Same thing. We just read it. How much Yahushua going to judge? Going back to Revelations 20 and verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. It's the second death. Death and hell will be cast into the lake of fire. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So if your name not written in the book of life, you're going to be cast into the lake of fire. Straight up. Just like Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. See? And the remnant was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. So you got a choice to choose life or death. And there it is. Which way you going to be? Your name written in the book of life? Got a chance to see everlasting life. Live forever. If not, you'll be cast into the lake of fire. So choose life or death. That's it. So I'm going to stop right there. I hope that was edifying for those that have ears to hear and eyes to see. If you like to reach me, you reach me. Priest Wam, share the wisdom we got next, forever and ever and ever, at P.O. Box 20012, Long Beach, California, 90801-3012. Call me at 562-235-1226. Or email me at mreadyforyou@aol.com, mreadyforyu@aol.com, mreadyforyou@aol.com. And with that, I say shalom, more power to the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushai, and I'm out. Shalom.